Alright, shalom. I want to give all praise to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, double honor to our apostles / elders which are GMS, and blessings and salutations to you brothers out there teaching and enduring truth and sincerity. Today I want to go into a lesson going over the wickedness of Esau, Esau's wickedness being revealed. Okay. This is an article from Press TV, and the title of the article is Trump going to be impeached? Question. And I say no. And this article was brought on October 19th, 2017. There's the article here. Alright. And here's Press TV. Alright, as you can see. Gotta read it backwards, but you'll get it. It says U.S. President Donald Trump will not be impeached because he is doing the bidding of the actual ruling class of the United States, according to American writer and political analyst Daniel Patrick Welch. So, you know, I got to go into the chapter. You already know the chapter I'm alluding to, but this chapter must needs be addressed because this is prophecy. This is what's going on. The skirt is being lifted up. Okay. It says Welch made the remarks in an exclusive interview with Press TV on Tuesday while commenting on a recent statement by the White House which said Americans are going to be begging for another term of Trump. The veteran and analyst also discussed the possibility of Trump's impeachment, the role of the Democratic Party in U.S. political system, and pointed out the people who actually hold power in Washington, D.C. Welch said that this kind of rhetoric is typical Trump being a blowhard and buffoon. Certainly Americans are not going to be begging for more years of this jackass. Yeah. But, of course, that's not how American presidents get elected or retained. So we're in a time where people are openly writing about this. You know what I'm saying? Publicists and different people that have a voice outside of Israel. Okay. It says, but of course, says so. It really is besides the point. He stated, what Americans want and what Americans are begging for has almost zero to do with who sits in the Oval Office, and it hasn't for a very long time. If it ever did, if it were true, though, he would be in serious trouble if there were an alternative asking for things that Americans really want. He said, "This is access to health care. This is access to health care, education, food security, income, and job security. You know, opposition to the strengthening police state, and this, like it says, opposition to the strengthening of police state and national security surveillance state. But that's not an offer from anywhere," he explained. It says, certainly when the question is not, when not are Americans going to be begging, which is clearly not the case, but who is going to stop? Who is going to get in his way and how? All right. It's already true. Americans are struggling and Americans are very angry. This is a basic fact of life for the vast majority of people here with incomes under 150,000 or so, which embraces the lower four full quantities of citizens. Life is not that fun. It's all work, no play. It says no except for the distraction of sports and bread and circuses, the analysis said. All right? And that's what it's all about. Because while they're doing their bidding, while these puppets are doing at least bidding, they calm basic niggas down with bread and circuses. NFL, Kaepernick kneeling, Super Bowls, NBA, who went where, boxing, just entertainment, this such and such slip. such as a tranny, blah blah blah, tower, new season this, new season that. While that's going on, the Americans in this system, everyday Americans that you walk by Joe Schmoes that you see downtown, and you or any other casual place, they're looking for food, job security. Hell, the company Union Pacific, out of I believe 2,000 people, they let go over 700. You see, and this is the main office, man. A main office, they let go over 700 people, man. You see what I'm saying? But this is why Trump is in office, swearing he's giving jobs, you know, and the skirt is being lifted because no matter what people say, no matter what the voice that be or the mass media or the beast, no matter what the beast say, it's not reflecting on actual people. And then when people overseas look at it, they see it as that's what people want. They think that's what Americans want at a point. But a lot of people are starting to see through that bullshit and call it for what it is. So I want to get this first precept here. This is directed toward the elite, okay? Toward the Rothschilds, the J.P. Morgans, DuPonts, Gettys, all right? Micah chapter 2 verse 1 says, "Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in their power of their hands." Like it says, it's not about who knows, it's about who's going to stop them. Who's going to stop them from electing or putting up a puppet? Who's going to stop it? Who's going to step up and say this ain't happening? What military force, what Senate, whatever. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter if they want a certain person, a puppet or a cult of personality in the position to run this country and to provide bread and circuses. Hell, Trump in himself is bread and circuses himself with the things he say. The first president with a fucking active Twitter account, right? A first president active Twitter account, actively tweeting. Yeah, Salakia, I don't know. I'm about to double check real quick and see what's going on here, man. Satan trying to get in the way. You know how Satan is, man. You know what I'm saying? See here. You know what? Fuck it. We're gonna keep it pushing, man. We're gonna keep it pushing. According to the spirit of Yahweh Shemi Al Shai, rebuke that demon, man. Yeah, verse 3 it says, "Therefore thus said the Lord, behold, against this family do I devise an evil." All right, Salakia, verse 2, it says, "And they covet fields, and take them by violence, and houses, and take them away, so they possess a man in his house, even a man in his heritage." Because at the end of the day, what does Esau want? He wants a one-world government. He wants a one-world system. He wants to rule the world, ultimately through the mark of the beast and his system in itself, man, which it goes into in Revelations. It's not no religion. He's not going to take over the world with religion, okay? Because a thought process can easily be broken. You know how? Because you see niggas falling out the truth every fucking day. You know what I'm saying? If you can fall out the truth, what say you can't break away from a demonic mindset as with the strength of the Yahweh Shemi Al Shai, man. All right? That mark is an RFID chip that's implanted in you. Okay? Once you take that step and get that chip in you, you're done. According to what the scriptures say. Right? So let's get it to Isaiah. And go to Isaiah, the 47th chapter. It says here, Isaiah 47:1, "Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon." Why it calls it the virgin daughter of Babylon? Because Babylon has yet to receive any attacks such as Palestine, Afghanistan, Iran, Egypt, Germany, Russia. They haven't yet to have troops on the ground. The only troops that ever set foot on American soil was technically their own, which were the British. And then you had the Civil War. You know, besides that, you had so-called terroristic threats. But it never was a standing army from another country imposing its will on American soil. Okay? It says, sit on the ground. There is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans. For thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. That goes into that. Okay? Because the Most High is going to put troops on these grounds. It says, take the millstone, grind mill, uncover thy locks, make bare the leg, uncover the thigh, pass over the rivers. And then this I forgot what it's called. I think it's Red Wing, or it's a movie, something of that nature, where these people are going about their daily business and they start seeing these bomber jets and these planes flying over the city, and they're just looking at it like, what the hell is that about? You know what I'm saying? Because you know why? A lot of niggas gonna be in the dark, man. You know what I'm saying? When it all hell breaks loose. Okay? You're gonna be groping at noonday, right? They'll be like, what the hell is this? Why is people, you know, is this a drill? Then they're gonna come down, shooting them up, all that gun rights and all that. They probably done took your guns already, because you were so head first behind burning a Kaepernick jersey and gun hole by America. America is so true and right and down to the blood about the flag that you done gave away all your fucking rights, man. You know? Let's see here. It says, verse 3, thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yea, thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man. For one, the Lord said, he said that thy nakedness shall be uncovered. All that shit that they're hiding and doing behind closed doors and sneaking and doing, just like the bread and circuses, just like knowing who Trump is actually working for, that's being revealed. And the Lord said, he said, I will take vengeance and I will not meet thee as a man. The Lord is coming in his glory. He's not that same person you was able to stab in the rib, put thorns on his head, and all kind of embarrassing things that you've done to him. He's not going to be that same person. He's going to come in his power, man. Which he had power then, but he had to fulfill prophecies. Okay? It says, as our Redeemer, the Lord of hosts is his name, the Holy One of Israel. The Lord is the Redeemer of Israel. If you read in Matthew chapter 1, he's the Redeemer of Israel, man. So that means to buy back, not the whole world. That's another, side note. It says, sit thou silent and get thee into darkness, O daughter of the Chaldeans, which is America. For thou shalt no more be called the Lady of Kingdoms. All right? I was wroth with my people. I have polluted mine inheritance and given them into thine hand. Now, if those Palestinians, not Palestinians, those Jew rats, those Amalekites, let's say they are the real Jews, whose hand are they in right now? You know what I'm saying? Whose power structure are they under control right now, man? This is a prophecy. They ain't the real Israelites. Too many prophecies don't connect to them niggas, but just because the so-called white man said it, the whole world believes it, man. All right? It says, the Most High said he was wroth with my people, which is Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. I have polluted mine inheritance. Let's look at that word pollute. All right? Salakia. Go back. It's a halal. It means to profane, defile, pollute, desecrate, to profane oneself, defile, pollute oneself, ritually, sexually, to be polluted, be defiled, to profane, make common, defile, pollute, to violate the honor of, dishonor, to violate, to treat as common, to profane, name of the Most High, to be be profaned, to begin, to begun, bore through, pierce, bore, to pierce, to be slain, to be wounded, to pierce, to be wounded, to play the flute or pipe. A lot of these go with the flow of what he's saying. He said he's defiled us, right? He he polluted us, especially when he let that pollution. We don't know who the hell we are as a people. Our people are fucking criminals, coons, all kind of things, right? Make comment, cause then he said we're a people like unto himself. We're separated. We're above all nations. We've been made comment. We've been violated. Our honor's been violated. People in our land. People taking our garments. People question us about the book that was written for us and only we can understand, right? And to be pierced, to be slain, be wounded. Okay, all that applies to us, man. All that applies. The Most High said was wroth with us. He said, I have polluted mine inheritance and given them into the hand, in thine hand. Thou didst show them no mercy. Upon the ancient thou hast very heavily laid thy yoke. And thou saidest, I shall be a lady forever, so that thou didst not lay these things to thy heart, neither didst remember the latter end of it. So they got so deep into fucking over us that they thought they had the game plan to do this forever, which they have a good game plan. You know, kudos. You had a good game plan. You got government, you got politics, you got weapons, you got a whole system. You got all the people in the damn near all the people in the world on the same accord of saying we ain't shit. Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. And if that you got them to the point they're ignored, and if the other countries, which are Israelite countries, you got them under subjection, no standing army, no ballistic missiles or anything, and the rest of the world is rolling with it. You got the fatness of the earth. You know what I'm saying? If this happened, you can do this. If this happened, you can do that. You got it all under control, baby. But the only thing you don't got under control is Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, man. And that's why he set it up like that, as he said in Romans. He says, just as Pharaoh, he raised him up to that level of power, so only he can take them down, so we have no choice but the glory of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. That's what this whole thing is, a part of this thing is all about, is knowing the level of power that we're dealing with, knowing that he's the only one that could deliver us, knowing the knowledge of good and evil, knowing who the son of perdition is. It was a lot of things involved in this. Okay? Verse 8, it says, "Now therefore hear now this, thou that art given to pleasures, that dwellest carelessly." Yeah, because Americans, they live in pleasure. That's why shit is so expensive on this side of the country, because these people in other countries know Americans live in pleasure and dwell carelessly. iPhone after iPhone after iPhone, shoe after shoe after shoe. Oh, the latest Jordans come out. These Jordans came out 10 years ago. We're going to put them out again and double the price because these are retros or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Or it's throwback. The shit's ugly and all kind of shit, and you still buy it because, oh, this is nobody ain't got these. That's America, man. All right? Buy this diet supplement pill. Get your fat ass up off the couch and go fucking run, man. Don't walk. Run. Fat ass. I see all I be at work, see motherfuckers walking, man, like they're exercising, man. Chill, you supposed to walk anyway, man. That's what you supposed to do. That's not an exercise. It's a fucking daily movement, man. But that's besides the point. Verse 7, "And thou saidest, I shall be a lady forever, so that thou didst lay these things to heart." Slakia. Verse 8, "Therefore now this, that thou art given to pleasures, that dwellest carelessly, that saith in thy heart, I am, and none else besides me. I shall not sit as a widow, neither shall I know the loss of children. But these two things shall come to thee in a moment, in one day, the loss of children and widowhood. They shall come upon thee in their perfection, for the multitude of thy sorceries," all right, "and for the great abundance of thine enchantments." Because that this media that they have is sorcery. They'll be doing something, even politics. They'll be doing something and then get on the media and say something totally different, man. That's why countries like Russia say, man, these motherfuckers be lying, man. All right? You said this at one moment, and then you try to do this another moment. And then Russia's so far ahead of the game, they say, oh, you saying ISIS is a terrorist? Why don't you come bomb them with us? Because Russia knows ISIS ain't nothing but American front CIA. So they say, well, come on. You come bomb them with us. Let's see that. You know? All right. Looking for this word, sorceries. The word is kashap. Kashap, it just says sorcery or witchcraft. So I'm gonna look up sorcery in its own sense. Right? Look like they updated on that, man. That's pretty nice. Oh, I don't like this. Sorcery, it goes back to 1300. It says witchcraft, magic, enchantment, act, or instance of sorcery, supernatural. Let's see if they're going to give us the whole word. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I like it. I like the update. From Old French, sorcery from sorcerer, wizard, teller of fortunes, by lot, sorcerer, literally one who influences fate or fortune. One who influences your fate or fortune. And they use the media to influence your fate or your fortune. Because that's what they do. Domestic terrorism. Media. They influence your fate of giving up more rights. You know? They're influencing you to walk right into the new world order that's set up by the so-called white man. Okay? You need to make that an app, man. I like that update, though. Side note. Verse 10, it says, for thou hast trusted in thy wickedness, to my Esau, thou hast said, none seeth me. Thy wisdom and thy knowledge, it hath perverted thee, and thou hast said in thy heart, I am and none else besides me. They think that they can't be stopped. They think that nobody knows what they're doing, but through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemi Al-Shad, everybody's finding out, man. You only could fool somebody so many times, man. You only could tell them that they're gonna get $1 million if they turn in their information and sign up for this deal. Then you only could tell them that this ad machine works tremendously. You only could reinvent it so many times that people be like, man, fuck that shit, goddamn infomercials. Shit never works. You see? It says, therefore shall evil come upon thee, and thou shalt not know from which it rises, and mischief shall fall upon thee, thou shalt not be able to put it off, and desolation shall come upon thee suddenly, which thou shalt not know. Stand now thou with thine enchantments, and with the multitude of thy sorceries, which wherein thou hast labored from thy youth. If so be thou able to profit, it so be thou mayest prevail. So you use this shit to manipulate the whole world. Now use that bullshit to manipulate yourself out of that. It's not gonna work, man. Because it says in what I believe in Isaiah 13 or 14 chapter, either the two, that it says gold or silver, that Magog and Russia, or Gog and Magog, which is Russia, is not going to accept gold nor silver, man. Your enchantments, your deals, your sanctions, and all that dumb shit and breaking news, that shit ain't going to work no more, man. People are tired of that bullshit, man. People are tired of being oppressed and being manipulated and being lied on to the public and seen in a certain way by the fucking daughter of Babylon, which is America, man. All right? All right, it says, verse 13, thou art wearied in the multitude of thy counsels. Let now the astrologers and stargazers, the monthly prognosticators, stand up and save thee from these things that shall come upon thee. So you, all that science and knowledge that y'all got, and wizardry and our Molech and all that shit, the Most High is being sarcastic, saying go to that and see if it's going to work. You can't stop Yahweh Shemi Al-Shai, the ultimate power, man. It says, behold, they shall be as stubble. The fire shall burn them. Not no lake of fire where all souls burn, This fire shall burn them. It's going to be thermonuclear missiles that's going to be shot from all parts of the earth. Even England, even France and all them, man. They're going to shoot theirs too because they're getting tired of it. Just like I gave the last lesson I did where America joined a treaty and then backed right out of it and left the rest of them countries stuck in that motherfucker, man. Okay? It says, they shall not deliver themselves from the power of the flame. There shall not be a coal to warm at, nor fire to sit before. There shall be no comfort, basically. Thus shall they be unto thee with whom thou hast labored, even thy merchants from thy youth. They shall wander, every one to his quarter, none shall save thee. That's why I said, France going to go to their place, Great Britain go to their place, everybody in that European Union, or the countries in itself, they're going to wander to their place, you know? So America's just going to be assed out by themselves, rambled up, shooken, and when you shake one of the three frogs, which is the military might, America's the military might, the finances only got so much power, man. It only has so much power. You can sit there and say you ain't going to eat, but once you're dealing with dissension amongst men, you know what I'm saying, you can't do nothing. So just wanted to bring that article out. And with that being said, I want to say call halal to Yahweh by Shemiah Shai, double honor to our apostles / elders, which are Jim Mess, and blessings and salutations to you brothers out there teaching and enduring truth and sincerity. Shalom.